I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. I tell you this, I told you once, I told you twice, I told you thrice, I told you 3 times that God killed that boy, that lying-tongued Frederick K.C. Price of the everlasting or ever-increasing faith. God killed him deader than dead because he lied to the man of God. He lied to me, the servant of the Lord. He lied to me when God purposed to bring his people that I might stand on the stage and cry righteousness from the great palace of worship. But this lying dog, this lying thief, this lying pervert lied to me, and because he was a preacher, one of the things that I do, I give every man a chance. I've never met a man I couldn't believe in. And some might say, well, Pastor Manny, you need to change that philosophy because you gave this man a chance. You should have known from the get-go he was lying to you. You gave him a chance. No, I gave him a chance. Lying or not lying, I gave him a chance, and I'll give that to you. But once the lie is exposed, that's the end of you. This man lied, and God sent me a word in the middle of the night, told me to curse him, curse the great palace of worship stage. Any man that puts his foot up there to preach, God will kill him. And God, this lying Fred Price sent a preacher, a surrogate preacher, into the great palace of worship to stand on that stage to preach. And God gave that man an aggressive case of cancer. And when this lying dog, Fred Price, found out about it, knowing the prophecy, he flew the man out to Cleveland, Ohio, to hide him in the house of one of the members of the ever-increasing faith ministry. She called me, told me she was scared because she had that man in her house. What should I do? She heard the prophecy. The whole ministry had heard the prophecy. Shortly thereafter, he died. Another man took the place, and he became a crackhead. He became one that could not be trusted. He was addicted to the worst form of drug addiction. Then another one took the place. And then all the members, because I said there would be blood in the elevator, blood in the pews. There'd be death in the pews, death in that house. Death would be in that house that devil, that lying Fred Price stole. He lied. He should have told me, Pastor, you're a young man. You're just coming along. I'm much older than you. I see your ministry. You're doing a great work in Harlem, but I am going to buy this building, and I've gotten more money than you, and so just back off and go and do some other things there. He could have said that, but he lied to me because he's a liar. That's what they do. And God killed him. Later on, God killed the man that was there, and then the person that took over after the crackhead, people were scared to go in, so then they moved into a place downtown here in New York City. But that ain't all. No, my friend, there is more. I am the Lord's servant. Touch not thine anointed, neither lie to the prophet of God. Touch not thine anointed, neither lie to the prophet of God. And then Frederick K.C. Price's son, who had put all his hope in to be able to take over his ministry at the time, both the Crenshaw East, the Crenshaw West. And then his son fell into a trap. God set him up. God didn't kill him. God did something worse to Fred Price Jr., set him up in a trap that's so embarrassing, so humiliating, he had to immediately step down from the pulpit while his father was ailing and could not come to his rescue. His son stepped down, but when he stepped down, he was crying like a little baby in that house. And then finally, God said to me that when Fred Price will die, he'll be so small you can put him in a matchbox. Now, some of y'all might not remember the matchboxes. There used to be a large stem stick match with a red head on it and a stem about 2 inches long, and it'd be in a matchbox. And you could take the stem, that red head on that stick, scratch it on the side of that box, and you'd get a match that would be lit. And there'd be about 100 matches in that matchbox, but it was a small matchbox. God said that when Fred Price died, his casket would be the size of a matchbox, and that nobody would come to hear him or to eulogize him or to be at his funeral. Someone wrote and sent to me that one of the saddest days in televangelism is when Fred Price died, and there was less than 100 people that came to see. So I want to say to you, I'm the Lord's servant. God didn't call me to be Fred Price.